This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. New limits imposed on importing non-essential goods. The Inland Revenue Department has not been able to collect the targeted revenue. The GMOA proposals on COVID vaccines to be presented to the Presidential Task Force tomorrow. The private sector requested to give priority to produce liquid milk and milk powder. An independent investigation launched into the alleged illegal sand mining in the eastern province. In foreign news, protesters defy Taliban intimidation. In sports cricket, fans celebrate return of former India captain MS Dhoni. The Monetary Board of the Central Bank has decided to impose a 100% cash margin deposit requirement against the import of selected goods of non-essential or non-urgent nature, including mobile phones, televisions, watches, refrigerators, fruits, air conditioners, wine and beer. The central bank in a statement said it decided to impose a 100% cash margin deposit requirement against the import of these goods made under letters of credit and documents against acceptance terms with licensed commercial banks and the National Savings Bank with immediate effect. The decision to impose the cash margin deposit requirement is expected to support the ongoing efforts to preserve the stability of the exchange rate and foreign currency market liquidity, particularly by discouraging excessive imports of speculative nature. The Inland Revenue Department says that it has not been able to achieve the targeted income since many businesses were affected by the pandemic. The targeted income for this year is 575 billion rupees. The department has collected 98% of the targeted revenue during the first 6 months of this year. The Commissioner General of the Inland Revenue Department, HMW Heen Bandara, said they have not been able to collect 4 billion rupees. The Government Medical Officers Association says that the age group between 12 to 18 years can be completely vaccinated by the 4 million Pfizer vaccine doses expected to be received by the country. The secretary to the association, Dr. Senal Fernando, said that they briefed the Health Minister in this regard. The association has also requested the Director General of Health Services to give the Pfizer vaccine to that age group. The GMOA said that Minister Kehelia Rambukwala agreed to draw the attention of the Presidential Task Force, which will meet tomorrow, to their proposals. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking.
The government has requested the private sector to give priority to produce liquid milk and milk powder. State Minister D.B. Herat said that a special program will be implemented to overcome the milk powder shortage. He said that methods are being prepared to provide liquid milk at reasonable prices to the people. An independent investigation has been launched into the allegation levelled by a Tamil National Alliance Member of Parliament that illegal sand mining is taking place in the Eastern Province. Eastern Province Governor Anuradha Yahampath has informed the matter to the Eastern Province Senior DIG. The report will be handed over to the President. The Governor said that the MP made the allegation using parliamentary privileges. The Governor said that she rejects the allegations. 2 new Mahavali zones will be established by linking 410 villages in 4 districts. The N zone under the Daduru Oya scheme and the northwestern province Maha-Ala area will be added as a new M zone. The development plan of the Mahavali Authority includes a 50% land area of the country. The cabinet has approved the 2 new zones. Drug trafficker Chaminda Tabru aka Bob Marley has been arrested by the Police Narcotics Bureau at the Alpitia area. Police yesterday issued a notice seeking assistance from the general public to apprehend the suspect who had been evading arrest. He has been identified as the person who allegedly spearheaded the trafficking operation involving over 288 kilograms of heroin detected by the Sri Lanka Navy and the PNB on the 31st of August. That's local news.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The World Health Organization called for countries to avoid giving out extra COVID jabs until the year end, pointing to the millions worldwide who have yet to receive a single dose. The WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus urged wealthy countries and vaccine makers to prioritize getting the first jab to health workers and vulnerable populations in poorer nations over boosters. The WHO called last month for a moratorium on COVID-19 vaccine booster shots until the end of September to address the drastic inequity in dose distribution between rich and poor nations. But Tedros acknowledged that there had been little change in the global situation since then.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watch Live.
The University of Peradeniya has developed a new low-cost test kit to diagnose SARS-CoV-2 infected patients in a relatively shorter time with a higher accuracy. Developed by a team led by Dr. Ruchika Fernando of the Department of Veterinary, Public Health and Pharmacology of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Science, this COVID-19 test kit has been priced at only 1,500 rupees. The test kit has already received the approval of the Technical Committee of the National Medicines Regulatory Authority.
World News.
In world news headlines, protesters defy Taliban intimidation. Sydney reveals plan to end months-long lockdown. Smoke triggers alert on board International Space Station. Protesters have again taken to the streets in several parts of Afghanistan, defying Taliban pressure to stay at home. Dozens of demonstrators gathered near the Pakistan embassy in Kabul, and Taliban gunmen opened fire to disperse them. More demonstrations were reported in Parwan and Nimruz provinces. Photos have also emerged showing injuries inflicted on 2 journalists who covered protests yesterday. Australia's biggest city, Sydney, is likely to ease out of lockdown from next month, provided the vaccination threshold is reached. The New South Wales state capital has been in lockdown since July due to a Delta variant outbreak. The state government released its much-anticipated roadmap to freedom today. It sets out new freedoms for people once 70% of adults in the state have had 2 vaccine doses. Alarms were triggered on board the International Space Station after the crew reported smoke and the smell of burning plastic. The incident centered on the Russian-built Zvezda module, which provides living quarters. The aging space station has suffered a number of failures over the years, and a Russian official recently warned of outdated hardware and failing systems. These include air leaks, misfiring engines, and cracks. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Protesters defy Taliban intimidation. Sydney reveals plan to end months-long lockdown. Smoke triggers alert on board International Space Station. That was world news. And now in development news, Sri Lanka launched its first ever national Technovation program, 1000 Ideas, which is an effort that is aimed at connecting entrepreneurs to the large entrepreneurship ecosystem. Facilitated by the Information Communication Technology Agency, the 10,000 Ideas initiative is conceptualized to help entrepreneurs, youth and students to take their innovative business ideas to the next level. This will help startups that have passed the conceptual phase and are looking to kickstart their businesses. The program aims to cater to university and school students who are keen to start their own businesses. That was development news. And now in sports news. In cricket, fans have been celebrating after it was announced that former India captain MS Dhoni would return to the T20 World Cup team as a mentor. Yesterday, the Board of Control of Cricket in India announced a 15-member team for the upcoming T20 World Cup in the UAE and Oman. Virat Kohli will lead the side with Rohit Sharma as his vice-captain. Cricket Australia will cancel its men's test match with Afghanistan if reports that the women's team cannot play under Taliban rule are true. Yesterday, the International Cricket Council said it was concerned by Taliban Cultural Commission Deputy Head Ahmadullah Wasiq's comments. Wasiq told Australian broadcaster SBS News that they don't think women will be allowed to play cricket. In tennis news, Djokovic will continue his bid to win all 4 Grand Slams in the same year against Olympic champion Alexander Zverev in tomorrow's US Open semi-final. The world number 1 came from a set down to beat Italy's Matteo Berrettini 5-7, 6-2, 6-2, 6-3 in the last 8. In athletics news, 8-time Olympic champion Usain Bolt says it is too late for a comeback but admits he has got that longing for a dramatic return to the sport. The Jamaican, aged 35, ended his glittering track and field career in 2017. In football news, Brazil legend Pelé says he is recovering well following surgery to remove a tumor from his colon. The 80-year-old was admitted to hospital after a tumor in his right colon was discovered in tests. That was sports news.
A safe, easy and versatile app for all your banking needs. NSB Pay for monetary transactions, bill payments, reloads, credit card payments and Lanka QR transactions. A range of facilities with multiple account registrations. Access to your bank needs wherever you are. Download the NSB Pay app from the Play Store or the App Store for free now. For more information, call your nearest NSB branch or 0112 379 379. Conditions apply.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Commercial Bank is gearing to raise up 10 billion rupees via a listed debenture issue, and the Colombo Stock Exchange has approved an application to list the debentures. The bank expects to issue 15 million debentures with a non-viability conversions feature at a par value of 100 rupees each. It is with an option to issue up to further 50 million of the said debentures at the discretion of the bank in the event of an oversubscription of the initial tranche.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
A safe, easy and versatile app for all your banking needs. NSB Pay for monetary transactions, bill payments, reloads, credit card payments and Lanka QR transactions. A range of facilities with multiple account registrations. Access to your bank needs wherever you are.
And now in economic news, Sri Lanka received the highest monthly tourist arrivals of 5,040 in August so far this year, amid relatively eased COVID-19 related restrictions globally and locally, aggressive vaccination drive and growing consumer confidence. The cumulative tourist arrivals up to August amount to 23,377. Over 500,000 tourists had visited the country from January to March 2020 before Sri Lanka closed its borders for travellers.
Weather report.
The Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the Sabaragamu and the Western provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara Eliya, Galla and Mathura districts. A few showers will occur in the Northwestern province. Showers or thunder showers may occur at several places in the Uva and Eastern provinces and in the Mullaitivu and Polonnaruwa districts in the evening or night. And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. New limits imposed on importing non-essential goods. The Inland Revenue Department has not been able to collect the targeted revenue. The GMOA proposals on COVID vaccines to be presented to the Presidential Task Force tomorrow. The private sector requested to give priority to produce liquid milk and milk powder. An independent investigation launched into the alleged illegal sand mining in the Eastern Province. In foreign news, protesters defy Taliban intimidation. In sports cricket, fans celebrate return of former India captain MS Dhoni. That concludes this news broadcast.